Did you see Gavin Newsom's interview with Sean Hannity? He seemed to be loving it. I've interviewed him for over a decade, and that was about as happy as I've seen Gavin Newsom in an interview. He seemed to really enjoy going at it with Sean Hannity. We know that Newsom is obsessive about watching Fox News Channel every night, and it seemed like he got to actually talk back at the TV and rebut a lot of the talking points that he has been watching for years. In fact, I think it was a bit instructive that there's a lot of value in listening to the other side's argument before you get in an argument with the other side. So many people on both the left and the right just listen to their information silos and they don't hear the other side in full. So they may only hear snippets that, are especially bad, but they don't hear the whole argument. And Newsom certainly made the argument for listening to the other side. I think there was a lot of value, though, for everybody involved. Fox News viewers got a chance to hear from somebody they don't often hear from and maybe leave with a different view of him. Sean Hannity got a big name guest that showed value for his show, that probably increases his ratings a bit and made for a bit of a spectacle that caused people to tune in who wouldn't usually tune in. And Gavin Newsom gets to look strong and gets to make the argument, which frankly Hannity made for him, that Joe Biden, Kamala Harris aren't doing that sort of thing, and that he looks like he's able to, as his spokesperson say, go into the lion's den and take on anybody. That's a good look for Gavin Newsom, and he does get some points from conservatives for doing that, even if they may never vote for him. Newsom was able to sort of get around a lot of Hannity's traps that he was trying to lay for him. He tried to get him to grade the president. He wouldn't do that. He tried to get him to say that a bunch of people call him and ask him to run for president. He wouldn't do that, although you certainly got the impression that people have. And in terms of homelessness, he talked about the fact that he owns it, but he didn't really get very specific in terms of solutions or what owning that means. And when it got into the real California nitty-gritty, that was some of Newsom's tougher spots. His stronger spots were sort of the national argument, going back and forth on some of the typical Fox News talking points. And it was really interesting to see the conversation between the two. I think that more people would benefit from having this sort of exchange. It is dangerous the way that we are in information silos. That's part of the reason that I do the show that I do. The issue is, and hopefully you can watch our debates here on our YouTube page, where you bring people together with different sides and let them actually talk, because we don't do enough of that in America. And when you hear about civil war and you hear about the other side is not only wrong, but it's evil, the only way to sort of combat a lot of that is to have actual conversations with each other. So if you missed the Newsom Hannity conversation, I put the links to the full thing in the comments here. I encourage you to check it out. I'd be curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you made of the interview. We know that more will be airing later in the week, and I hope that this inspires folks on both the left and the right to maybe go into some ideological zones where they don't usually go, and maybe expose people to some new ideas. There's a whole lot of Democrats that watch Fox News, and I think politically it's smart for Democrats to engage them. That's my view. Let me know yours. Thanks for listening.